If you search AWS certification roadmap on YouTube, you'll get 100 videos. Half of them are outdated. Some still recommend certifications that don't even exist anymore. And if you are made by guys who just passed Cloud Practitioner now from the third attempt and decided they're cloud gurus now.
Genius.
I am not that guy. I am a senior cloud engineer and an architect with 8 AWS certifications. And I followed this exact roadmap myself to build my career, not in theory, in real life. So in this video, I'll give you proven up-to-date AWS certification roadmap, in the order that actually makes you a strong cloud engineer, instead of just a guy with a wall of badges who doesn't know what a NAT gateway is. And if you stick around till the end, I'll show you how to save some serious money on your certifications.
Money!
Let's go!
Let's go!
AWS certifications can be a little bit confusing, and AWS has been busy making it more confusing lately. Today, there are 12 AWS certifications across 4 levels: Foundational, Associate, Professional, and Specialty. But the lineup you knew even a year ago, half of it has been reshuffled. Let's do a quick body count. Database Specialty, gone, along with Data Analytics and SAP. SysOps Administrator, also gone, replaced by CloudOps Engineer. Machine Learning Specialty, retired just a couple of months ago. And while AWS was busy deleting certs, it was also spawning a whole new AI shebang. AI Practitioner, Machine Learning Engineer Associate, Data Engineer Associate, and a brand new Generative AI Developer Professional. All of these didn't even exist when you first typed AWS Roadmap on YouTube. And AWS makes it even more confusing. There are 16 different certification roadmaps, and they have updated them last time 2 years ago. Add a few hundred outdated YouTube videos on top, and it's no wonder everyone's lost. If you are following a roadmap from 2024, or God forbid, a random AWS path you found by accident, you are reading the wrong map. And here is the right one. Alright, AWS has a whole pile of certification roadmaps, and every single one of them starts in the same place: Cloud Practitioner. This is the foundational cert, Cloud Fundamentals, Core Services, how billing works, basic security, the vocabulary. So the big question, should you start here? If you watched my older video, you already know that my line was always skip it and spend your money on beer.
Beer, 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 beer.
And honestly, I still stand by that. But only for some of you. Here is what I've learned since then. If you already have some IT under your belt, you have worked with servers, touched networking, broke some Linux and fixed it again, then yes, skip it. Everything Cloud Practitioner covers you will pick up anyway when you prepare for the next cert. Buy the beer.
Beer!
But if you are completely new to the cloud, never logged into AWS console, and EC2 and S3 sound like droids from Star Wars,
Roger, roger.
then take it. Cloud Practitioner builds the vocabulary and the mental model first. Skip that foundation and jumping to the next cert will feel like drinking from a fire hose. And I'm not just saying that, I learned it the hard way. You'll see exactly what I mean a bit later when we get to AI certs. Let's just say being an infra guy for 20 years doesn't save you when the questions stop being about servers. So here's the verdict. Beginners, take it. $100, about 2 weeks of preparation, and it will save you a mountain of frustration down the line. Experienced IT folks, your call. Skip it and dive straight like I did, or take it as a gentle warm-up into AWS waters, if you like easing in. Either way, you'll be fine. And either way, your next step is exactly the same. AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. This is the best AWS certification to start your cloud career with. The amount you'll learn preparing for this one is insane, and you'll do it fast. Architect Associate touches just about every service you'll actually use day to day, plus a bunch more. And it doesn't stay on the service either. It goes deep enough that the moment you're certified, you can roll up your sleeves and start building real things on AWS. When I was prepping for it, it felt like someone just hooked AWS right into my skull and pressed upload. And once you pass it, trust me, you'll know your Kung Fu.
I know Kung Fu.
And there is more. This is the single most requested AWS certification on job listings. Entry-level cloud engineering roles almost always lists Architect Associate as required or preferred. It's your ticket into the cloud. By the way, I have already made an entire dive deep video on exactly how to pass this exam. So I'll drop that in the description. One thing I will emphasize, do not rush this one. It's the foundation other certs are built on. Build it properly and you'll thank yourself later. And now comes the single most important step in this entire roadmap. And plot twist, it's not a certification, it's work. Real work. Go and build things, break them, fix them, deploy something into production, watch it fall over at 2 a.m. and figure out why it fell over. That panic, that troubleshooting, that "oh, what's that setting does" moment, that's where you actually become an engineer. Give it at least 6 months before you even glance at your next cert. And I need you to hear this part, because it's the part nobody on YouTube wants to say out loud. A certificate proves that you can pass an exam. It does not prove that you can keep real workload alive. The cert gets your resume past the HR filter. Experience is what gets you through the actual interview and what keeps you employed after. A wall of certificates and zero cloud experience isn't a cloud engineer. It's a very expensive sticker collection. So never run certs back to back. Work in between. Theory plus real-world scars. That's the combination that makes you great. So you have put in your 6 to 12 months. You've got real scars now. And you're ready for your next certification. That's your cert number 2 or 3 if you took Cloud Practitioner. And it's AWS Certified Developer Associate. Quick reality check on why actually Cloud Engineer takes a developer cert at all. The days when a sysadmin could sit alone in a server room, never speak to a single programmer, and call it a career, long gone. We live in the DevOps world now. Engineers and developers are practically welded together at the hip. And here is uncomfortable truth. We cloud engineers are often expected to know developer tooling better than developers do. Otherwise, why do they even need us? Developer Associate is all about build and ship side of the house. CI/CD pipelines, packaging and deploying the code, API gateway, serverless, event-driven architectures. The stuff that quietly runs half the cloud nowadays. This is the cert that turns you from someone who can design AWS into someone who can actually ship on it. And it's exactly what bridges you toward DevOps and platform engineering down the line. And once you pass it, well, you already know what comes next, don't you? Work, build experience, you know the drill. Next up is AWS Certified CloudOps Engineer Associate. And if you've been around a while, you might know it by its old name, SysOps Administrator. This is the cert about operating the cloud, keeping the lights on, monitoring, logging, troubleshooting, networking, public, private, and isolated subnets, DNS, business continuity and disaster recovery, and the modern additions, infrastructure as a code, multi-account and multi-region governance, and containers. EKS and ECR are explicitly in the scope now. Oh, and here is the plot twist for the infra purists. The IAC coverage now includes Terraform. Yep, AWS will test you on a tool that they didn't even build. That should tell you everything on where operations is heading. And here is the thing I really want you to hear. When I sat this exam, I had about 2 years of real work experience behind me. And honestly, this was the easiest associate exam I have ever taken. And not because I'm some genius.
Genius.
But because I have already done the work. I'd built the VPCs, I had broken the routing and fixed it. The exam was just describing my Tuesdays. That right there is what the work phase is for. So next step is work, and I'm not going to stop saying it.
What?
Alright, 3 associate certs in the bag.
In the bag.
You are not a junior anymore. You are a solid mid-level engineer now. So time for the professional, right? Nope. Your next move is AWS Certified Security Specialty. Cloud breaches keep climbing year after year. And even companies with massive security teams still end up wiring millions to attackers when it goes wrong. Which means the market is starving for cloud engineers who actually understand security and pays them accordingly. Security-focused cloud folks are some of the best paid people in our field nowadays. So here's my hard line. As a cloud engineer, you have to know security.
Hello, security. Merry Christmas.
I don't care if your endgame is developer, architect, or machine learning engineer. You need threat detection, incident response, and security logging. IAM and data protection in your bones. And if you think security and AI are two separate worlds, AWS just settled that argument for you. They refreshed this exam to SESC03 at the end of last year, restructured the domains, and added a whole new one dedicated to generative AI and machine learning security. I'll repeat that again. The security exam now tests you on securing AI. That's how tangled these two worlds have become. Which is exactly why this cert belongs on everyone's path, not just the security crowds. And I'd give yourself a solid 6 to 8 weeks. But it's worth every hour. This is the cert that turns 3 associate badges into a genuinely well-rounded engineer. And if you're curious, I have a video about how to pass security specialty with flying colors. Next, work, build, gain experience.
Let's get to work.
And now it's time for the big leagues. AWS Certified Solutions Architect Professional. One of the hardest ones on this road. And the most rewarding. Let me give you the real context. The vast majority who hold an AWS cert never make it up here. The associates have gotten common. Everyone has a couple now. Solutions Architect Professional still turns heads on a resume. And it earns that reputation. The professional exams are a completely different animal from the associates. Forget those snappy questions you could knock out in 5 seconds. Here, a single question can be a wall of text that takes you a full minute just to read. And the answer options are nearly as long. 75 of those. 3 hours on the clock. It's a mental marathon. The questions read like your actual job. A company hands you a tangle of requirements. Keep costs down, stay compliant, survive a region failure, migrate this monster off-prem, and asks you to architect the whole thing. Hybrid setups, migration strategies, multi-account governance, advanced networking. The exact stuff real architects wrestle with on a Wednesday afternoon. The logistics, $300, 3 hours. Give yourself a real runway here. I'd say at least 12 weeks. It's not cram it in a weekend cert. But once it's done, you've earned a right to call yourself a senior cloud engineer. And the door to cloud architect roles swings open, which sit right at the top of the salary range. That's where the roadmap starts to pay you back. Next, you know what I'm going to say.
Work, work, work.
And the final certification on this core roadmap is AWS Certified DevOps Engineer Professional. This is where two halves of everything you've learned finally collide. It takes the build and ship skills from Developer Associate and the keep it alive skills from CloudOps, and pushes both to expert depth. CI/CD automation, infrastructure as a code, observability, incident response, security automation at scale. Same brutal format as SA Pro. Massive scenario questions, a pile of competing requirements, and you untangling all of it against the clock. And the titles waiting on the other side? Senior DevOps Engineer, Platform Engineer, Principal Cloud Engineer. The roles at the very top of the ladder. And the very top of the pay band.
Money!
What about AI? AI is everywhere. Shouldn't I be AI certified? And you don't need AI certs to become a great cloud engineer. The core roadmap I just walked you through, that's what makes you a top-tier cloud professional. The AI certs are branches you grow on top of this trunk, the specialization. But on the other hand, AI isn't the future anymore. It's the present. It's already woven into your daily life. Search engines, ads, customer support, probably the coffee machine in your office. No! This is not the hype. And if you work in IT and you ignore it, I'll be blunt. It's a career suicide. This is one wave you don't want to miss. So if you do want to branch into AI, here is the order. Start with AI Practitioner. This is your entry point. AI and machine learning fundamentals. How AWS AI services fit together. It was my 7th certification, and I'll be honest, some of my associates were easier than this one. So don't underestimate it.
You underestimate my power.
But it's very doable in about a week. I got a full video about it, link in the description. Then, if you want to actually build and deploy machine learning solutions, Machine Learning Engineer Associate. This was my 8th cert and the toughest associate I've taken. And here is my hard-earned tip. Do AI Practitioner first. I tried to jump straight on this one. Realized within days it was hopeless. Backed off, did the Practitioner first. Practitioner gives you the vocabulary that makes this exam survivable. Skip it and you're drinking from the fire hose again. And if you want to go all in on generative AI, there is the brand new Generative AI Developer Professional. It just came out of beta this year, and it's aimed squarely at where the market's actually heading. Companies don't need more people who can train models from scratch. They need people who can ship AI products, RAG systems, agents, foundation models, wired into real applications. That's what this one validates. But, and I'll say it one more time because it's the whole point of this video, don't skip the foundation to chase the hype. The trunk makes you an engineer. The branches makes you specialist. Grow them in that order. And before I finish, let me give you 2 tips I promised you. AWS certifications cost 100 for foundational, 150 for associate, and 300 for professional and specialty. That adds up fast. But here is how you can save 50% and never ever pay the full price again. After passing any AWS exam, you get a 50% off voucher for your next one. Pass that one, another voucher. You only ever pay full price once. Every exam after that is half off. Isn't that cool?
Cool!
AWS exam is valid for 3 years. Most people assume that means grinding through every exam again every 3 years, forever. But you can beat it if you plan ahead. The trick is renew by leveling up. When you pass a professional, it automatically recertifies the associates beneath it in the same path. Pass Solution Architect Pro, your Solutions Architect Associate renews itself. And here's the big one. Pass DevOps Pro, and it renews both your Developer Associate and your CloudOps Engineer Associate. One exam, 2 associates renewed. So if you time your professionals right, your entire associate tier stays alive without even sitting an associate exam again. On top of that, Cloud Practitioner renews automatically the moment you earn any associate or professional. Plan it right, and you keep a wall of active certifications, going for years with barely paying the full price again. Don't tell AWS I told you. So now you know the best AWS certification roadmap. Follow it, don't rush, work in between your certifications, and you will become one of the best. I've put free practice exams for all of these certs on cloudninja.pro. Link in the description, along with the courses I used for each exam. Thanks for watching, good luck to all of us, and may the cloud be with you. Always!